Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from HealthyWildandFree.com. Today I want to share with you how your sense of smell works and how you can use your sense of smell to your advantage to de-stress yourself, to reduce stress hormones, to calm your central nervous system, and to influence your brain chemistry and overall health and well-being in many different ways. And really the sky's the limit when it comes to this. So this information is really exciting to me because the senses, sense of smell, touch, taste, hearing, and many other ways you can use senses is an interesting way to improve, rejuvenate, and kind of biohack your health. And the information I'm going to share with you in today's video is very important, and it's very interesting, and it can be used in many different ways. So think creatively, think openly, and the information I share with you today you can use in so many different ways. And at the end of this video, make sure you watch this video to the very end, because at the end of this video I'm going to share with you how you can use your sense of smell at any given time, literally with the push of a button, to influence your brain chemistry, your central nervous system, and reduce stress hormones. So I'm going to show how you can do that at the end of this video, and how it's very simple. It just requires a simple unit and water and an essential oil. So I'll show you that at the end of this video. But first I want to share with you how your sense of smell works, why it's so important, and what it does to your physiology, your health, and how it changes your brain chemistry, your central nervous system, and the hormonal state of your body. So essentially, when you smell something, what happens is that say there's cookies baking in the kitchen, or you're outside at a bonfire, or someone sprays on some perfume, or someone has an essential oil and they put it on their wrist or their neck, and you smell these smells, right? What happens is that these compounds, these whatever it may be that has that smell, that odor, releases a vapor into the environment, and that vapor becomes an airborne molecule. And that molecule that's airborne travels, and the larger that molecule is, the shorter the distance traveled, so meaning the closer to the source that molecule stays. And the smaller the molecule, the further it travels, and generally the more potent it is. So for example, perfume or essential oils, very potent, very strong smells, those molecules will tend to be very small, and they'll travel further, quicker, and that will essentially spread that smell further, and you smell it strongly. You really notice it. Whereas something smaller, something that's a larger molecule won't travel as far, and it won't be as potent. It won't be as like, wow, what is that smell kind of effect. So what happens is that when you smell something, the airborne molecule goes through your nasal pathway and up your nostrils all the way to the top here of your nose, and it goes into a mucous area, essentially, and that mucous area breaks down those molecules, and it determines essentially what to do with them. So think of your digestive system as determining what to do with vitamins, minerals, toxicity, vegetables, fruits, dairy, nuts, seeds, whatever you eat. That's what your digestive system breaks down and determines what to do with. That mucus is at the top of your nasal pathway, and it has receptor sites on it that are connected directly to the brain. And the interesting thing about your sense of smell is that your sense of smell is 10,000 times more sensitive than any other smell. It's an extremely sensitive sense, and it's very sensitive, and it in some sense goes further than your other senses, because you can be in a room or in a building and you can smell something from way down the hall that you can't see or hear, but you can smell that. So your sense of smell goes further, it's more sensitive and more heightened than many other things, and I think this is partially for our survival. So things like fires, or if you smell blood and there's a battle, or whatever it may be, your sense of smell invokes a reaction within your body. So what happens is, after you smell these airborne molecules, so what happens is that as you inhale through your nose or smell, you're bringing oxygen and bringing those molecules from the vapor, whatever it may be, in through your nose and your nostrils. They travel up your nostrils and they go up top here, and in your head there's a mucous membrane that essentially breaks down the molecules and determines what to do with them. So this is part of your limbic system, which is part of your brain, and it has receptor sites on it that determine what it is and how to deal with it. What should happen because you smell this? If it's fire, it signals a response. If it's food, it signals a response. Whatever it may be, it signals a response. And I'll give you a quick few examples to dive deeper into that. When in Ayurvedic medicine, they teach to smell your food before you consume it, before you ingest it. Because by smelling your food, it prepares your body for digesting that food. So it changes your brain chemistry, your central nervous system, and it allows your digestive system to more smoothly digest, or readily available, if you will, be more readily available to digest that food. And for fire, for example, I'll actually tell you a quick story. I was laying in my bed one day and I smelled smoke. And I thought, that's weird and that's not good because I'm not cooking anything, nothing, I don't know where this is coming from. So I walked out of my room and I walked right into this room over here, and there was smoke just in the room. And I'm like, oh shit, like there's gonna be a fire, like something's going down, I don't know what's happening. And I started freaking out. And I opened the door right here because I live in like a duplex and there's 4 units here. And the hallway just was filled with smoke. And I'm like, okay, this is real, there's a fire. My physiology changed, my stress level spiked. I ran down the stairs and I get to the bottom of the stairs and my neighbor, who's about 85 years old, he's walking up from the basement with a fan in his hands. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, he thinks he's gonna blow out the fire with a fan or something? Turns out they burnt their hot dogs, and they burned them so bad that smoke was permeating not only their apartment but the hallways, and it came into my apartment. So it was kind of a weird experience, and I obviously freaked out, and I was, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I definitely thought there was a fire there because of all the smoke, and you know what they say, where there's smoke there's fire. But what's interesting about it is what happened in my physiology and in my state and in my body from that. So what happened, I'll give you a rundown. As I smelled the smoke, I first was alerted, and that was my brain chemistry. So my brain chemistry went from relaxed and just kind of calm and sedated because I was laying down in my bed, to alert, awake, and okay, I need to look into this. I need to check this out. So my brain chemistry changed. I walked out here and I saw smoke in my apartment, and that's when I knew. I was so certain. I even got my cell phone and called 911 because I saw smoke in here and smoke in the hallway. All that smoke, you figure there's got to be a fire. So I got my phone and called 911. What happened is my nervous system, when I was laying down, was in a parasympathetic state, in my parasympathetic nervous system, meaning my nervous system was relaxed, calm, my nerves were just relaxed, and I was at ease. And I went into a sympathetic nervous system where my nerves are automatically kind of jolted with energy, and it's like when your nervous system holds tension and energy. So I went into a sympathetic nervous system state, and then as I opened the door and went in the hallway and more smoke and I'm running down the stairs, that's when it really hit me, and the stress hormones started kicking, my cortisol, I could just tell, my stress, my heart rate is going up, my cortisol spiked, my stress hormones are spiked. So my stress hormones, my heart rate, my blood pressure, my central nervous system going from parasympathetic to sympathetic, and my brain chemistry is going haywire. All this is changing simply because I smelled one thing, and that one thing was smoke. I smelled smoke, and then I smelled smoke, and I saw smoke, so that kind of added to the sensual fear of the scenario. But it's interesting because every day we smell things that alter our brain chemistry, our central nervous system, and our stress hormones. And whether it be exhaust from an automobile, because that exhaust has lots of chemicals and toxins, and there's actually heavy metals in exhaust that come from cars, that altering, getting into inhaling that through your senses or ingesting that, because smelling is one way of ingesting your environment around you, not only causes toxicity and problems like that, but it affects your stress, your central nervous system, your brain chemistry in so many different ways, your heart rate, your blood pressure, the list goes on and on. So it's interesting to know that your sense of smell has that much power, and every day we're inhaling so many different toxins and things that affect our body and our health in that way. So what I've found and what I've discovered in my research is that it's good to quiet the senses, quiet the mind. So obviously sleep is great for rest and relaxation and de-stressing the body, as well as laying in a float tank or taking a hot bath, candlelight, things like that. But the cool thing about your sense of smell is you can actually use that in your benefit and in your favor. And what I'm about to show you is a gadget that I got that is going to allow you to diffuse whatever scent you want into the air in a natural aromatherapy manner to engage your sense of smell, your nose, to engage your limbic system, and change your brain chemistry, and put your nervous system in a state from, if you're in a sympathetic nervous system, getting home from work, for example, or a long day at work or school or stressful day, you can change that, go from a sympathetic nervous system to a parasympathetic nervous system, relax and calm your mind and your brain chemistry, as well as reduce stress hormones and things like that as well. So I'm going to show you what that device is and how you can use it in your health to improve your health and well-being and just de-stress your body, because we all know that stress, it can create so many problems in your health: heart disease, cancer, heart attack, stroke, so many different diseases and ailments and things can come from stress. So it's important that we understand how we can use not only our food and our diet and sleep and things like that, but how we can engage or disengage our senses in order to improve our quality of life, reduce stress, and everything associated with that. So here is that device and how it works. Alright, so this product I want to share with you is a product from the company called Spa Room, and what this product does is it can actually engage up to 3 of your senses depending on how you want to use the product. So typically I just use it, I actually use it to engage all 3 senses, but as you can see here, the product, what it actually does is this top center here, this chamber, it diffuses essential oils through here, and so I'll go through the 3 functions of it. The first function is light. As you can see, this light around the outside changes color, and it just slowly transitions into the next color. If you want to stop the color in red or whatever color, you just hit the light button and it pauses the color right there. And if you want to turn the light off, you just hit the light button again and it turns it off. And as I open the top here, this comes off, and in here you can see that it's just water. And maybe I'll turn the light on real quick, and all it is water and LED lights, and all that is water. And then what I do is I'll typically put an essential oil in there, and right here I have lavender essential oil from doTERRA Essential Oils, which is a therapeutic grade essential oil, and I'm just going to put like 2 drops in there, a few to 3 drops. And what you do is once you put the water in there and the essential oil, you just put the top back on, make sure it's filled with water. I use purified water because I want purified water in the air. Purified or distilled works fine. I wouldn't use tap water just because you're breathing that in, and tap water has chlorine and fluoride and other chemicals and things in it that you don't want to breathe in and inhale into your body. And all you do then is you just hit the mist button, and then what it does is it turns on the mist, and you might not be able to see it, but what it's doing is it's actually diffusing a mist here. And maybe if I turn on the light, there you go, now you can see it. You can see the mist. It's kind of hard to see, but it's diffusing a mist, and I can already smell it. I can smell it. So there you can kind of see it too. Yeah, if I go like that, maybe you can see it a little bit. But yeah, what it's doing is it's diffusing a mist and a vapor. It's just diffusing that essential oil. So this room will smell like lavender. It already smells like lavender, but the whole room will smell like lavender pretty quickly. And this vapor is just being diffused. And the third function it has, it's got a Bluetooth speaker on it. So I can play music from my phone directly onto the device, and turn it down, turn it up, all from my phone. So you can be anywhere in your room, play music, and have these lights change, and have whatever settings you want activated or deactivated. So if you just want to turn the light on, you can do that. If you just want to turn the music on, you do that. If you just want to use the aromatherapy diffuser, you can do that. Or you can turn the light, pause it at a certain color, turn it off, turn the music off, and then turn the mist off. And the mist button allows you to, it actually runs for 3 hours. If you push it again, it'll go on and off for about 6, I want to say they said 6 hours. It just allows you to run that and have that calming, in this case lavender, which is great for calming the nervous system. So I'll link this up, I'll link the Spa Room Aroma Harmony up below. I believe this unit is $80. Totally worth it because you can diffuse any essential oil in your room or any room in your home to relax the nervous system, alter your brain chemistry, and reduce stress hormones like cortisol. And specifically using lavender and things like that, I'll link up doTERRA as well below. And I really like the product. This is right by my bed so I can smell lavender or something calming and relaxing right before sleep. Play some relaxing, guitar music, turn on the light, have all the other lights off in my room, and just have a dim, typically a red or orange light is great because it mimics the sun more. And I sleep like a baby, and this is just one of the tools I use to relax in my home, in my bedroom. And yeah, I love it. So if you learned from this video, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new about your sense of smell or anything like that, please like this video below, leave your comments below, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure to live a healthy, wild, and free life. Take care. Bye.